This is Say More with Carla Pesono. Welcome to Say More podcast with Carla Pesono. Today's guest is the force behind the award-winning Creole restaurant in the 7th Ward, New Orleans neighborhood, Lil Dizzy's Cafe. Please welcome to Say More, Arkesha Baquet.
Hello.
Oh my God, Arkesha. I've never met another Arkesha. I love your name, first off.
Well, thank you. I like it too. But there are more Arkeshas. There's actually another one here in New Orleans. And she's a hairstylist, so there's more.
Does she come to Lil Dizzy's?
She does. She comes on Thursday. She loves the okra. And so that's a great feeling, to not only have a namesake, but that she loves the same things I like.
Absolutely.
So that's a plus.
Well, Lil Dizzy's, man, oh man, oh man. If you have not been to New Orleans, you know to go there. And when you're in New Orleans, you've obviously been there. It is such a household name.
Yes.
And to be part of that has got to be so incredible. And you were married into it.
Yes. I am a Baquet by marriage. I'm married to Wayne Baquet Jr. His dad and mom, Wayne Sr. and Janet, they retired in 2020 right after COVID. And so Wayne Jr. and I bought the restaurant and reopened in 2021.
Okay, so let's go back to the family history.
Sure.
So this was like 1940s, right?
Yes, the family has been in the restaurant business since about the 1940s. And it started with Wayne's grandfather. His grandfather, Eddie Baquet Sr., had a restaurant called Eddie's on Law Street. And it was a bar originally. And they served po' boys and chicken out of a box. And then his dad came along and helped his father and created a sit-down restaurant with Eddie's. And it was a very popular staple in the heart of the 7th Ward, Eddie's on Law Street. And from that time, my father-in-law, Wayne Sr., had about, in between Eddie's on Law Street to Dizzy's, maybe 10 to 12 different restaurants in that span that they had. And so
That's amazing. So they were just like dominating.
Oh yeah, my father-in-law took this thing and kind of just ran with it over the last 50 years. He's done an amazing job of creating and carrying on the Baquet legacy.
Yeah. And then you met your husband.
I did. I met my husband. We've been married 24 years.
Wow.
This past August.
Congrats to that.
Oh yeah. It's funny. I met my husband actually when I was about 9 or 10. My older brother took my mother and I to Eddie's on Log Street for dinner. And then there was a young man that came to bust the table. And when he came and picked up the plates, my husband is Creole. And if you're not from New Orleans, you may not know what that is. It's usually a very light, fair-skinned black person that's Creole. And so when he bust the table, I said to my brother, I didn't know they had white people work here. I thought this was a black-owned restaurant. And my brother said, oh no, he's not white, he's Creole. And so once Wayne and I met as adults and were dating, and I was like, I've been to your family's restaurant as a child. And I told him the story. He was like, that was me.
Wait, so you had no idea when you met him? How many years later?
Oh, years later, because we both were adults. And he was like, that was me. And I'm like, no. And he's like, yes, I worked at the restaurant. He knows the timeline that he worked at the restaurant. He was a busboy.
Right.
He is 7 years older than me. So he knew when I gave him the time frame, he was like, yeah, that was me.
Wait, where are you from?
I'm from here. I'm born and raised in the 7th Ward, but I was still like 9 or 10.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
so
you were
I was
a kid.
young, yeah. And so my brother was living in LA, and he had heard about the notoriety of Eddie's from The Tonight Show. Bill Cosby had went to Eddie's and talked about it on The Tonight Show, and it blew up. And so he came home to visit, and he took my mom and I to eat at the restaurant. Wow. It was awesome too. It was a great experience. I remember that dining experience.
And then, so obviously you guys get married. Did you know that you were going to be taking on this
Creole
identity,
Creole royalty,
literally royalty, and being the face and the energy behind just a incredible restaurant?
Well, I do tell you, I was excited that they had a restaurant because I like to eat. So I wasn't disappointed about that. Meeting Wayne kind of put me in a good position about restaurants and food.
What were you doing before?
I actually met him at work. We worked at the same company, and we worked in different departments. So we met there. But I left after we got married because the goal was to make sure he continued to grow at the company, because he is president of that company now and been president since the week before Katrina. So he's been with the company over 35 plus years.
Oh, wow.
And so having opportunity over these past 20 something years to go to multiple Baquet restaurants, because from the time I came in, Eddie's on Law Street was still open for lunch. They had Zachary's on Oak Street. They had opened a restaurant called Kelly's, not too far from the racetrack. They had Dizzy's at the Rendon Inn. So my father-in-law had different restaurants since I've come into the family, and I've been able to enjoy all of those.
And then see how they were operating.
Oh, yeah.
And whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So then did you want to then become
part of it?
Yeah, and then run.
Well, I'll tell you what, I did get a little taste of it because in 2010, my father-in-law decided he didn't want to run two restaurants. He had two Dizzy's. He had Dizzy's on Esplanade, and then he had Little Dizzy's Cafe at the Whitney Wyndham Hotel on Padres. And he had it for a few years. And so in 2010, Dizzy's on Esplanade had just skyrocketed for him, and it was too much to go back and forth and try to run two. So he came to Wayne, Jr. and I and said, look, I'm either going to sell this restaurant, but y'all welcome to come and take it over. And I was actually substitute teaching. I was kind of like a housewife. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And so I actually ran that particular location from 2010 to 2012. And the only reason we closed it is because in August of 2012, my youngest son, Jace, was born premature. And he was premature a month early, and a hurricane came while we were in the hospital. And I had a traumatic experience of leaving my son because they basically said I was healthy enough to leave. He couldn't leave because he was in a NICU.
Right.
And that just kind of traumatized me, leaving my kid, being hunkered down with no power, no water, breastfeeding with a battery-operated pump because I needed to pump my breast milk to give to the hospital whenever I could. The blessing was there was a security guard we knew that snuck me into the hospital where I got to see my baby. I'm so thankful for that gentleman. Oh yeah, I'm so thankful for that guy. You know, he gave us his number when they put us out.
I got you.
He was like, call me. Because I wouldn't leave at first. I was like, and they said, they're going to call security. I said, call anybody you want. I'm not leaving my baby. And they talked to me and they said, look, the best thing for him is to be here. It's safer, which was smart because we did lose power. We did have situations, so it wasn't healthy for him to be with me. So,
okay, and then when did Little Dizzy's come into play? What
well,
year?
Dizzy's on Esplanade had been in existence since 2004. Right before Katrina, my father-in-law had opened that restaurant, and he actually, after Katrina, was one of the few restaurants to open back up early. He fed the first responders and the people that was working in the city. He would have them come there. They were able to eat. He was featured in Oprah magazine as the comeback kid.
Wow.
Because he came back immediately and started getting it going. So he did a lot. My father-in-law really did a lot. And
then you came into play.
I came in 2020 when he retired. Because I never worked at the restaurant on Esplanade. I only worked at the one on Padres, and it was just for those 2 years until we closed it in 2012. So in between that time, I worked in a school system. I was like a assistant dean of discipline, and I worked at Alice Hart Charter School for a few years. And then once we bought the restaurant, I transitioned to the restaurant.
So I moved to New Orleans in 2018, but I moved to Louisiana in 2015, so wasn't too familiar. And then so much has changed since COVID, obviously. And we'll get to that in a bit. But you taking over during that COVID time, before that, okay, so for the last 5 years, Lil Dizzy's has blown up. It's gotten so much recognition when Super Bowl came and
Yeah.
different awards and whatnot. Like you guys are just on top of it. It's a well-oiled machine. You guys are so good at what you do and representation of New Orleans. Before you were the face, was it as big as it is now?
For that time frame, it was pretty decent. Yeah, it was pretty big because my father-in-law had a word of mouth following. Because of the legacy he had built from the time his father had
Right.
Eddie's on Law. The family has a following of any restaurant that's open, people are gonna come.
Of course.
The thing about Dizzy's prior to COVID was the Sunday brunch. It was huge. It was a big deal about the Sunday brunch. And he had a buffet. My father-in-law was open for breakfast and lunch from 7 a.m. to 2:30-ish. And he did a buffet. And it was popular. It was very popular. But then COVID happened and he decided to retire because he was 74 at the time. And when the city decided to open up partially for inside dining with face mask requirement, Dizzy's only has about 8 tables.
Right, it's so small.
And so 25% was going to be 2 tables in a buffet. That made no sense.
No sense.
So my father-in-law said, you know what? I'm 74. I'm done. And he met with my husband and his grandson, Zachary, Lil Dizzy Baquet. And he told him, I'm done.
So if it wasn't for you guys coming in and being like, all right, we're going to take over and we're going to keep this legacy alive, it probably would just have died.
Well, the first part was my husband knew he couldn't leave his company because
Right.
he's been there so long. He's president. And financially, we couldn't afford for him to leave his company. And so there was a meeting that we had as a family. And the initial thought was they were going to sell the restaurant. And we put some feelers out. We had a few people that my father-in-law and my husband met with. And then my husband came home and said to me, can you drive by on Esplanade and see Dizzy's and somebody else that's not a Baquet running it? And I started to just cry because I thought about that and I was like, nope, I don't think I want to do that. And so we prayed together and we talked about it. And he said, now, Keisha, you're going to have to be the person that's going to do it. He said, I'm not going to be able to be there. And I thought about the fact of what my father-in-law had done and that he was still alive, that how great would that be for him to see his legacy continue? And so we met with my in-laws, purchased a restaurant, and been rolling ever since.
That is so beautiful.
Yep.
And I'm so happy that I'm sitting down with you and we're hearing more, we're saying more about like this story because I didn't know all this.
Yeah,
Because
some people
that
just
is-
think, you know, we took over the restaurant and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, some people come and they're like, is the old man still around? Like some people don't even know what
don't
happened to my
know.
father-in-law. I say he's enjoying retirement.
Well, and I thought it was your family,
Yes.
at first, right? You were married into it and then you took on this role. So, and let me just like give you your award right now. Like you really are so special and you have given this community just such love and beautiful energy. When you walk into Lil Dizzy's and you are greeted with your smile and your whole team's smile and energy, it is like no other place. And that is why Lil Dizzy's is thriving and why it is such a beautiful legacy. And coming from someone who is not a New Orleanian, who came here, who loves the food scene, who goes out to eat and whatnot. And I wasn't here before COVID and I'm seeing it now. You would think you've been running the show since day one. and that is, and to step into that role is scary. Because, like you said, your husband, your in-laws' reputation was so powerful.
Yes.
And it was like you were born to do it. So thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I take a lot of pride in it because there is a lot of hard work that my in-laws had put into
Absolutely.
running this business or getting the family to the level it was at. So to me, there are a lot of family-owned restaurants in the city, right? Here in New Orleans alone, throughout Louisiana. Some of those families, the patriarch of that family is deceased. The person that may have started that family restaurant is no longer with them.
Right.
So I feel blessed that I have not only just my father-in-law, but my mother-in-law is still alive to see their legacy continue and feel proud about it.
Yeah.
So that's a plus for me.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, I'm beyond grateful for that.
So obviously there's a lot of great Creole restaurants.
Yeah.
You guys are one of the top. Let's talk about the food.
Food, let's talk about it.
The fried chicken.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It is really some of the best fried chicken you're going to get in New Orleans. All the sides are incredible. Your mac and cheese, I friggin' love it. When you guys do like the fish, Lil Dizzy's fish.
The catfish Jordan is very popular.
Oh.
Very popular. And of course, we do the trout Baquet. And we're in Jazz Fest every year. Been in Jazz Fest 30 plus years.
Yeah.
The goal with the food is consistency.
Right. How do you keep it consistent being at this like buffet type style? Because it really is the same every time you go. You guys don't miss a beat.
We try not to. So the goal is, like you say, consistency, but we use our family cookbook. We use the cookbook. And those recipes, 80% of them were created by my mother-in-law, Janet. And so that was done so when you went to a separate location, you didn't feel anything different. In the event you were uptown at Cafe Baquet or you were at Zachary's, you could eat at this other restaurant and not feel like, oh, I gotta go there because that's where the gumbo's gonna be the best. Yeah. So the consistency is the key, and the cookbook is the key to that.
It's so important. There's so many restaurants, and that's why they fail. Like if like the chef leaves
Yeah.
and they have another cook. I mean, there's so many restaurants here that I'll go to and the head chef isn't there, and it's just not.
You
the
can taste the
same.
difference. Yeah.
You know?
You can taste. And look, my thing at Dizzy's is I may not hit a home run every day, but the ones that I hit, I'm gonna hit them out the park.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, and that's how I have my staff to feel. The goal is to deliver all the time, right? Like customer service to me, a customer took effort to come to the restaurant, Carla. They Ubered, walked, caught a ride, bus, bike. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
When people come, because I'm at the front door. So if someone took the effort to come to that restaurant, the food is going to speak for itself. But how do they feel?
Amen.
And that's important to me, that they feel like family, that they happy they made us their choice.
Yes, because the whole nowadays, because we have Uber Eats and all this,
Yeah.
it's taking out that feeling when you
The
enter
connection
the place,
of going
the
eat out.
connection.
It is taking that away. And I love that when somebody puts in the effort to come, because they could have called the Uber Eats or something. They could have just went somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
And the food is a part of that. It is the major key component of why they're coming. We just want to sprinkle the sweetness on it with the customer service.
Yeah. And it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
The recipe. So she wrote down everything line by line, like perfect.
Oh, pretty much, yeah, because
That's so
she
good.
helped with the restaurants in the past.
Right.
She did cooking. She helped train chefs that had came in. She's a key link to our executive chef, Rashad Duncan. He has my mother-in-law's number. He's able to get in contact with her if he has any questions. So that's what I'm saying. I have the blessing of the fact that the author is still alive.
Yeah.
That I can lean on and talk to if I need.
So when he sees everything that's happened over the last 5 years and the growth, we had Super Bowl and all the things, like you've been just blowing up on social media and whatnot. I mean, what does he have to say? He's got to be
excited.
It's so
he
exciting.
is. And what I do is, like, if someone comes to the restaurant or they want to talk about the history, the true history of where the family started, whatever, I always include my father-in-law.
You have
because
to.
nobody can tell his story like he can tell his story.
Yeah.
We had Gordon Ramsay came to the restaurant to tape for Super Bowl. Fox Sports bought him on a Wednesday. Well, Gordon liked it so much, he had his producer contact me because he was shooting Kitchen Nightmares locally in the city with other restaurants. So he had his producer to reach out to come that Friday to bring his staff He said, I went to this restaurant. I want y'all to come. They got good gumbo and fried chicken. I want y'all to go. And they reached out to see if they could come on a Friday. And you know Friday's busy. And I said, I love Gordon. I said, but he cannot come in here in the middle of the day and disrupt service, because he came in the middle of the day on a Wednesday filming, and Wednesday is a Wednesday. But I said, he can't come here Friday and do that. I said, if y'all could come before we open or after we close, you got it. And so he came before. I asked, could I have my father-in-law there? Because I wanted him to meet it. And Gordon was like, yes, tell her, bring any family member. I like to meet the legacy people. Yeah. And then he came and met my father-in-law, and it was awesome.
What was the best compliment he gave you guys?
He said the fact that we trusted Rashad, Chef Rashad, at such a young age, because he was only 26. He hadn't made 27 yet. He thought that was big. And he liked the gumbo. He said it had good flavor. We have our own hot sausage, and that was in the gumbo. He liked that.
Yeah.
And chicken, he said, as far as chicken was, he was very happy with the chicken.
Oh, the chicken's perfect.
I know the chicken, we get a lot. Two things that people come to Dizzy's for is going to be the fried chicken and the gumbo.
Yeah.
They come in nonstop for either one of those.
I like getting the fried chicken, the gumbo, the mac and cheese, and the fish.
And the fish. The fish is...
Like, I like all that. And then you share it.
You share it. I tell people when they come, they're like, I want everything. I say, well, if you by yourself, it's going to be a struggle. It is. If you got one other person, it's a less struggle. But 3 or more, you're in the win.
Yeah.
You can win.
Yeah.
You know, 3 or more, you could get multiple things and make it work.
Okay, so let's go to your chef.
Okay.
So he's only 27. So in 27.
Yes, Rashad Duncan.
And he's killing the recipes.
Yes. He came in. He was hired the week after we opened, February 2021. And he started up front, working the food line. Then he helped out. He could cashier. He was the dishwasher one time for a couple of weeks because we were short staffed. This young man just came in and became part of the family for us, and just, he cared and showed that he cared about the restaurant just as much as Wayne Jr. and I. And so he moved into the kitchen where he was like a prep person in the morning. And I mean, like within a year, we just saw the growth. And my husband met with him and said, do you really like cooking? He's like, yeah, I like it a lot. And he said, do you want to do this as a profession? And he said, I would love to. So they went to Nochi, the New Orleans Culinary Institute, and met with the people. And we financed his schooling, and he graduated valedictorian.
Wow.
Yes.
Congrats to him.
So the investment.
Yes.
We made the investment because we could see that future. You imagine having a young chef like that? We're 3rd generation. Our young son, Jace, we hope is going to be the 4th generation. And to have Rashad there for Jace.
Yeah.
It's a win.
Wow. And it's so rare to get. It was like God gave him to you guys, you know?
He did.
It's just like he was meant to be. It was family.
Yes.
It was called upon, you know? Because that, man, running a business, I always say this, like, props to everyone running a restaurant.
Oh, because it's a struggle.
The friggin' staffing.
Yes.
And to find people that care.
That care.
Like, you have to be there. Are you there every day?
I'm off on Wednesdays. And I take every
Wednesday.
other Saturday off. And this just started this year.
See?
It just started this year.
Because it's so important that you're there, because it's your baby.
Yeah.
And to find people that care as much.
And who are going to represent.
Yes.
You know, I tell my staff all the time, I said, it's vital that you represent yourself in the best possible light when you're in my uniform. Because this is a legacy that we plan on to continue for years to come.
Right.
And because there's a lot of notoriety about Dizzy's, anyone may see you and bring up a conversation or ask you questions, you know? And so that's important that they appreciate the value in being there with us.
Yeah. But the staff's incredible. So I
got a team.
You got
a team.
So obviously you come from, you just told me, an education background. So you kind of already have this presence of like teaching.
Yeah.
How did you know you were going to be this leader going in? Like, how did that progression go? And what can you say to people that want to be a leader like you and run the kitchen or business or whatever properly?
I had no clue it was going to be this. My husband actually was the one that said it. He was like, Keisha, if anybody could do this, it's going to be you. He said, because my personality, I'm not afraid to talk to people. I'm not afraid to be seen or be heard, which is true.
And problem solving.
Yeah.
You can tell that about you. Like, you're like, I'm going to get this done.
Let's get this done. Yeah, because the ultimate goal, Carla, is what? To win.
Right.
The ultimate goal is to succeed. So we don't have time to let the negative fester. There is a thing for me at Dizzy's that I share with my staff, we do every day. It is positivity on purpose. And the reason for that is if you start high enough, you don't know what's coming through the door. You don't know what a customer's been through. You don't know what a vendor's been through. You don't know what a coworker has been through. And they may be coming in, skimming off the ground in negativity. But if you're positive and high enough, it won't shoot you down.
Yes.
You could at least meet them and maybe either lift them up or don't allow them to like just flatline you.
Right.
And so that's how I try to focus and approach everything with the customers, the food, the employees,
and
personally.
that's even in life.
And personally, because I know something could always trigger negatively wise.
Always.
How do we handle it is the key. And this took time because I was very emotional in the beginning of taking over the restaurant because I was so scared of failing and embarrassing my in-laws. So I micromanaged every move everybody made. I had to be involved in everything. And I'm very thankful that I am now in this year of every Wednesday and every other Saturday. That's growth. That's me practicing what I preach. Positivity on purpose and allowing the chips to fall where they may.
And having the and having your team, you know that you were, before we started this interview, you had to talk to a staff member about something.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got it. Like you have the trust now. And
I do have the trust. And in the morning when we have our morning briefing, we meet, talk about, hey, today we got catering, or guys, today's Thursday, smothered okra, it's probably going to be busy. We talk about if we need to use the upstairs dining room. We just run by things because anything could be missed from the prior day. And then we're going to pray before we open. And that's just to be covered, because anything can happen while you're away. Your kids at school, your spouse is at work, anything can happen. So it's just to ask for coverage. And I just feel like I got a good team. It's not exactly where I want it. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not perfect, but I do have some star players. Like I got a five-man team that's all starring right now.
And it's such a blessing.
It is a blessing. It is.
So to see the progression of the restaurant scene in New Orleans, and then from before Katrina to after COVID, because it seems like Katrina and COVID were the big hitters that really affected the culture and the restaurants and whatnot here. After COVID, you see a lot of these pop-ups happening, like that's kind of how the culture has changed. But you guys have always stayed at top. Like the social media, we all know, is so important. And like to get your name out there so people visiting are going to come.
It could draw.
It could draw so many people. So how were you guys able to always stay on top?
I think when I came in after COVID, the social media was definitely a paddle of getting in there. I already had my own personal social media that I was active on. Not that I had a big following, but it wasn't something I was afraid of. And so when we opened Dizzy's, my father-in-law, one of his employees, had a Instagram for Dizzy's, but that person was no longer there. Nobody knew the password. We got locked out of it. So I had to create my own new one. So ours is Lil Dizzy's Cafe 504, and it's on every platform. I started to add us to other platforms. He had Instagram and Facebook. I created our Twitter, our TikTok, Threads. Like I created whatever we could get on to give more exposure. And that has really helped. Yeah. It's a plus, and the scary part is, Carla, you gotta do it. Like it's vital. It is. It's important.
It frustrates me that there's some people out there that don't put the investment into social media. I'm like, that could really change your life, your business.
It can. And you have to just put it out there. You have to just make sure people know you're open, that what you offer, that you're available. Because They may hear a whisper through someone talking about that they went, but seeing it for themselves, it's going to be the draw for them to come.
Right. And how important the staffing is. And going back to that. Like, obviously the food's got to be great,
good.
cleanliness, but it's the people. Like, oh, I love Keisha. I want to go see her. Like, I just want to support. You want to be there. It's a community. It's a connection thing.
It is. And so the thing for me is it's our motto is Waffle House greeting, Chick-fil-A customer service. Yeah. So, you go to Waffle House, they're like, welcome to Waffle House. Or you come to Dizzy's, we're going to say, welcome to Dizzy's. Yeah. Because we want you to know that we're happy you're here. Yeah. And throughout your stay, we're going to talk to you. We're going to see if you need anything. We're going to pick up whatever you're done with on the table. Yeah. And that's just key. At Chick-fil-A, it's like, can I get you something else? Yeah. My pleasure. And I love that. I love to feel like I'm a valued customer. Yes. Even if I'm eating out of a box. Right. I want to feel valued. And that's what I want customers to feel at Dizzy's.
And that's such good advice for anyone listening or watching that is like aspiring to be a restaurant owner.
Oh, yeah.
It is so important, that aspect of it.
It is, because the food can be as good as it want to be. Yeah. But if the person doesn't feel respected, valued, or appreciated, they're not coming back. Yeah. They're not. I'm not going to bring my money somewhere and I feel like you feel I owe it to you or you deserve it. Yeah. I don't need anybody to make a big fanfare over me. Just, hello, what can I get you? Yeah. That works for me. That's enough.
You guys had so many viral videos on social media.
Tell me about
too.
It.
Oh my goodness. Like, you guys are everywhere. That's powerful. As someone that does this for a living, like, to see like how much people are going there and posting and doing videos. Yeah. And like,
it blows my mind. It does. It blows my mind. Like, we had the guys Jolly from England come, right?
Oh yeah, those guys are great.
These guys came, and I kid you not, Carla, they came in November in 2023. They ate everything we sold. They had chicken, they had gumbo, shrimp, fish,
all the sides.
Every side, and every drink, even the cocktails. They ate and drank everything we had. They bought a cookbook, they bought t-shirts, they bought hats. Like, they literally came there and spent about 2 hours with us, and it was phenomenal.
It's funny too, because you think like the British don't have that great of food, so they probably walked in like,
oh, they were so happy.
What?
Yes, they were. So they said that they were like, these shrimp, this fish isn't like fish and chips where we're from. And one of them said, can we bring this back with us? Can we take Miss Arkesha with us? And I was
you gotta just take the notes of how to prepare it.
Yeah.
Because like it's like the marinating the meat, seasoning it, and then seasoning the flour. People
that's what they said. They said it's like the seasoning is so good. It just everything had flavor. Yeah. And that's what they enjoyed. So I mean, we've been blessed. We had Kitchen Impossible Germany edition come and do a show with us.
So do you think it's just being so viral that is getting you guys all this opportunity?
I do wonder how is it getting out there, because we had Mark Waynes come. This gentleman has a YouTube with millions of followers, and he came early on in 2022 in the summer, and it blew out the water. And we recently did a show called Savor the City with Chef Gerard. I have people coming constantly saying, I saw you on Savor the City. I'm in town. I wanted to come because of this. It's just different things, I guess, pop. Because I've had local amazing food people come, Tam, Nate. These two people have done videos. And I'm talking about on a Saturday, Nate did the pork chops. Saturday, I have so many people tell me they saw this on his TikTok and they're there for that.
Right.
So it comes from different avenues.
Yeah. So it's not like you guys are just necessarily doing something. You're just staying in your grind and at that level, and it's all coming to you.
And it is coming. Like, emails come all the time about, hey, I'm coming in town. We had the young man from down below, off the boat. Hudson. His name's Hudson. He's an actor. And this is a show. I can't think of the name of it.
Is it like seafood?
No, he was a movie star. Oh. A young teenage movie star that was on a show called something about the boat. Like he worked on a cruise ship with his family. Well, he was
Okay.
going to Harvard for college because he'd been an actor, a child actor, and he had made 18. But he wanted to travel the country in the U.S. and cook at different restaurants because he thought he wanted to be a chef. So they found Dizzy's and came to Dizzy's.
Oh, cool.
You know, we've had Chef Andrew, not Andrew, David Chang.
Yeah.
He came for Thursday Night Football before. And I can't tell you how people figure it out about Dizzy's like that, but they do.
But they do.
And I love it.
It's so incredible.
Oh, yeah. It means you're doing something right,
Oh,
at least.
absolutely.
That's what I think.
I know, like, I was just having a conversation just like about life where it's like when you're staying on your course and you're like truly being authentic to who you are.
Yeah.
That it just comes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think if
So you're
you
doing something right.
Yeah, if you're
Like,
not
that's
if
when
you're
you know.
not
It's like-
faking it, if
Yeah.
you really are who you say you are, it's gonna come.
Yeah.
The accolades, you know, the awards, the thank yous, they're gonna come. You know, I had a family come last week, 2 sisters that are from Colombia. One sister has been there 3 times
Wow.
from Colombia. The other sister, this was her second time, and they brought their daddy.
Wow.
That means a lot.
Hell yeah.
That means a lot.
Yeah. People around the world are coming here and they're like, I got to go there.
I gotta go there. That means a lot to me. And I'm happy about that. I'm excited.
So if being already on top, you got the food down, you got the customer service, you got the accolades, what is next?
Well, right now, we've done some things at Dizzy's recently. We got ready for Super Bowl. We renovated our upstairs space, which was half storage, half mini dining room. We took out the storage completely and created a nice dining room so we could use upstairs.
Oh, perfect.
So we have upstairs dining.
What
that
was
we
up there
use.
before?
It was like a storage.
A storage.
And then half of a small little dining room we could use here or there. But it wasn't something we tried to use often because the building is an older building. We didn't really like the setup of it, so we didn't use it a lot.
Yeah.
Now it is beautiful.
Can you do like a private party up there?
We do offer private parties in between the 11 to 3 time frame. It's a 2-hour window. It's $100 minimum because I have to have staff that can go up
How
and
many
down.
people?
It fits about 38 to 40.
Okay.
Yeah, it's newly renovated, and we created that to get ready for Super Bowl and, of course, Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Because Mardi Gras is big for us.
What was the big in the whole history of Little Dizzy's? What was the most successful weekend or day?
Essence Fest.
Essence Fest. Of course, Essence
Essence Fest is first. Mardi Gras is second. And then if you could squeeze in just like who's coming like right after that, it's going to be Sugar Bowl.
Oh, yeah, Sugar Bowl.
Sugar Bowl
too.
weekend is good.
Yeah.
Sugar Bowl weekend is good.
Yeah.
But Essence is my number one pop. And it has been every year. It has outsold every year.
Wow.
This
so every
year was-
year it's like even bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah, this was record breaking like overall this past July, unrealistically.
Is it the weekend or is it a specific day?
The whole weekend.
Okay, the whole weekend.
The whole weekend. And what we did this year, which I wish we were smart enough that the previous years we stayed up until 5.
Ooh, 5 o'clock.
We stayed open till 5 doing Essence.
Good.
And we were open that particular Sunday. So we're open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 3, but we do one Sunday out of the month. And so we created that, started in 2025. And for November, we're doing 2 Sundays because we're doing what's it called? Bayou Classic.
Oh yeah, Bayou Classic.
Which is the
yeah.
Sunday we always open, but we open the extra Sunday because the Saints play Atlanta on the 23rd.
Oh.
And we know that's a draw.
Yeah.
So we said, hey guys, what y'all think about doing 2 Sundays instead of 1?
Yeah.
And my team was okay with it.
Well, see, that's even the funnier thing is like, it's just a day. Like, it's like, you know, you close at 3 o'clock. So everyone could go do whatever they need to do.
Whatever they need to do.
See, if I ever opened up a restaurant, I think I would want it like that, where it's like, it's a day spot. Because I love lunch.
Yeah.
I'm a lunch person more than anything.
Well, people ask all the time, why do y'all close at 3? Why do you close at 3?
I know.
Now, the thing is, my father-in-law closed at 2:30. So when it's the repeat customers, I'm always like looking at them like,
You should know.
You kind of know this.
We gave you
This
30
has
more
been-
minutes.
Exactly. But for all reality is because when we took over the restaurant, our oldest son, Gene, was a senior in high school. Jace was still in elementary. So the key was to make sure we were intentional about being with our children because they play sports, they're involved in things. I didn't want my son to be this after school kid because I'm still at Dizzy's. It's hard to get out of that at 3.
Yeah.
So anything after that, he's going to feel the hurt of that.
Right.
And so we intentionally say we want to close at a decent time to make practice, to make anything that he has going on.
And that helps with all the staff.
It does. I think that it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of my staff, maybe one has a second job that he works periodically.
Yeah.
Everybody else, that's their
That's
job.
it?
I've had 2 employees had 2 jobs when they had a second job when they came to work for me.
And
They no
quit?
longer don't. Yeah. They
Yeah.
quit.
They're like, I want to stay.
I try to build a team and make it worth their while. They see the popularity, they see the business.
Yeah.
So
And you're getting to serve so many interesting people too, because everyone's from around the world is coming and they're excited to walk in the door.
walk in the door.
Yeah.
They like walk in, they like, it smells so good in here. It's almost like they're mesmerized.
Yeah.
And I have to remind them, you order first. We do counter service.
Yeah.
Because they come in and they like, can I sit over there? Is that my table? And I'm like, it is, but you got to order first.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you have to coast them to
You do.
to the right, because you do get
the first-
mesmerized.
the first time I walked in, I was like, I didn't realize. I was like, oh yeah, you order at the counter. And
Yeah,
then
we
you
do
gotta sit
counter
down.
service. So that's the thing. It used to be a buffet. It used to be breakfast. So we do lunch only. We serve everything in to-go containers. We have alcohol. My father-in-law didn't have a alcohol permit.
License, yeah.
So we were able to acquire that. We purchased the building. We own the building. We purchased the lot behind the building.
Oh, that's
And
good.
created an employee parking lot. We created a to-go station on North Robinson Street because a lot of locals has said to us, I want to come and get my gumbo. I want to come get my chicken, but the line's too long. I've had people tell me that for over a year. So my husband said, we got it.
Yeah.
So we created the back to-go station on North Robinson to allow our locals to be able to get in and out if they feel like they need to. And it goes really good.
Yeah, you needed to do that.
I did. Man, Super Bowl really just pushed the limit. If I didn't have that to-go station, I don't think we would have made it.
Seeing where the restaurant scene has gone, like in New Orleans, obviously we have a lot of places closing down.
Yes.
But we also have so many great places opening up. And I think people like harp on like the negative, like, oh, it's like all these places are closing down. Obviously it's a tough business.
It is tough.
And the city doesn't make it easy for you guys. What can you say about that? Just like
I think what I've seen, at least what we've seen just from 2021 to at this moment, several restaurants that have history have closed. Some of it, I feel like economics have played a part. People not being able to keep up with the rising cost of food costs, because people don't talk about that. Food costs has gone up big time from COVID alone.
Totally.
And since then and now, you feel it. Especially if you're working with seafood and things like that.
and you don't want to charge your customers.
You're trying to eat that.
Yeah,
you're trying
you're
your best
trying.
to eat that. Like we serve fresh catfish. We don't do frozen. So we eating on the back end a good bit of that, which because we have a standard that we prefer, we're okay with that. I think that's hard for some other businesses. They may not have the availability to do that. And so they may have to cut some corners or just completely close their doors.
Yeah. What do you think with restaurants that are not successful? What have you noticed that they're not, what mark they're not
What could have
reaching?
been? Honestly, sometimes it could be the inconsistency of the food, it not being consistent, but that could be caused because they've had to cut corners with employees. Maybe not be able to hold on to staff, maybe not being able to get the ingredients that they're used to getting because the cost of the ingredients. Those things play a major factor for a restaurant.
Yeah.
You have to be able to have someone that is going to be consistently cooking or know how to cook what you're serving, and then the product has to be of a certain standard. Now, you can make it be something in a can. But whoever's cooking it got to be able to make it mean something or
mean
taste
something.
like something.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I'm blessed to have. We can make that happen and consistently make that happen.
Right. Do you cook?
I do. I have two things that I can cook. I can cook jambalaya and I can cook red beans. But I don't cook anything at the restaurant.
That's so
because I can't cook in bulk.
Yeah.
I know I can't cook in bulk.
But at home, like for your kids, you always cook
I don't cook for them anymore. They can always ask for something from the restaurant, and we love to eat out.
Makes it easy.
Oh yeah, I love to eat out.
You do?
Oh, I love to eat out.
What are some of your favorite restaurants?
Some of my favorites is gonna be Justini's. I love to go there because I'm a drinker, and I like the lemon drop martini that she makes.
I love a good lemon drop. Is her great?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm a cocktail first person, and dessert. Like I'm going to shoot for those first, and the food is gonna play like the back part. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's so funny.
That's just how I operate. So I love Justini's. I love B Sweets Bistro.
Oh, I love her.
For the desserts and the brunch. It's like so good. And then I like dinner at Cafe Sabiba.
Oh yeah, I haven't. Wait,
that's the one on Decatur. And they have upstairs and downstairs.
Oh yeah, I haven't been there yet.
You gotta go there. You could go for dinner or brunch. I've been to both and I've enjoyed both.
Okay.
But there's a pork chop they have.
Ooh.
That is phenomenal.
Okay.
That pork chop is delicious at that place. And then of course I like my mom and pops, my sweet Sadie's for breakfast on the West Bank because I live on the West Bank. I love to go over there and see Damon and get the French toast or the all meat omelet. And then I love to go get my turkey necks from Chicken's Kitchen.
Oh yeah.
I love the turkey. I've had the oxtails too, but I'm a turkey neck person.
Yeah.
So I love to get my turkey necks from over there. And Three Southern Girls is another one I like to go to.
Yeah. So you're always good. You love brunch.
I like brunch more than anything.
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
I know that's so funny, and that's my least. Because I've never get up early enough. I'm not a brunch girl.
Oh.
But I do love a good Bloody Mary.
Oh, you got me on that one.
I'm like lunch and dinner, and I am a sweets person. So what are some of your favorite desserts?
One thing I like for dessert is kind of like peach cobbler.
Yeah.
If somebody has peach cobbler at their restaurant, I'm going to order it.
You don't see that a lot down here.
I know, but if they do, that's why I think I get so excited if I see it. But one of my favorite things is the brownie at Houston's.
Oh.
The 5-nut brownie at Houston's with the ice cream on it.
Ooh.
My word. That is like...
It sounds so good.
It is good.
I love
I'm talking
a good brownie.
about it is really, really good. So... I'm a dessert person. I'm looking at the
creme
dessert
brulee.
menu. I like just to eat the top of creme brulee.
Really? You just like
the
the sugar?
Yeah. I might get a little bit of the rest of it, but I'm definitely going to eat all of the top before I do anything.
I love just like anything like that's like creamy, like a custard, ice cream.
Okay. King cake's my favorite thing though.
Really?
Oh, king cake.
What's your favorite king cake?
It is going to be Antoine's.
Yes.
That's going to be my favorite.
That's top 3 for me.
Yeah.
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 Well, I remember when I first had it, I was working in the West Bank.
Yeah.
In Marrero, and I had it from the West Bank location because they have one in Metairie, right? Yeah. They have like 2 locations now.
They have 2 locations.
But people don't know that. People don't know that they're in Metairie as well.
I usually do the West Bank because I live on the West Bank.
And that's the OG. Like that's where you would go. And I was blown away. I was like, they are doing it right.
Right.
That dough, oh my God. See, now can't wait for king cake season.
I love king cake. I will eat king cake year round.
So that's your favorite?
That's my favorite dessert. Of anything. Yeah. I'm a breakfast person. Like I love waffles.
With a little pastry.
Yeah. I'm just here for it. I'm here for lunch. I eat because I got to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dinner, definitely I like dinner, but I'm going to always start with breakfast and with dessert.
Yeah.
That's how I like it.
Okay, so what else is next for you?
Well, I have I hope I say it right, NOTCF Awards coming, the New Orleans Tourism and Culture Foundation. Wow. I'm being honored. Yep, January 9th. So I have that award coming up, and I'm excited about that. I am on the board of Roots of Music. We have our annual gala this Friday the 14th. And I feel good about being on that board because Derek Tapp does so much with those kids, and he started this foundation right after Katrina, and you see the growth and see the need for it. So just working more in the community, and just being there for my team and making sure we keep this thing going.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm so happy you're being honored because
I'm excited
of
about
course.
that.
Yeah.
That's big. That's a big deal.
It is
Because you had to
big.
be nominated. And the
Right.
process isn't just, somebody drops your name. You had to have a few nominations, and then it went to another committee, and they had to like green light it. Like, it wasn't just you got a couple of nominates. It has had the process to it. So I
See,
feel
that's
real
what's
good.
so beautiful, that like where you're at, and that you were just like, oh, I was married into this, and then I took it to another level. I'm
And my
so proud
husband
of you.
is so happy for us. Like, he doesn't have a problem with it, like,
Yeah.
because I did ask one time, I said, Wayne, does it bother you? Like, because there was a customer that came to the restaurant. I was gone. And the customer came like at the end of the day. And this happened before, but it happened again Saturday. And I was gone already. And they wrote a review and said, the owner's husband was so nice and helped us. And he said, the owner's husband, he's like, I'm the Baquet, but I asked him a year or two ago, I brought it up. I said, does that bother you that they think that like I'm the connect? He's like, not one bit. he said, I'm happy it's you.
Yes.
He's like, you can have all of that. I don't have any problem with that. So that feels good, to have the support,
Yeah.
that he feels that way.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, he's happy.
It's so
with it.
cool that like, I don't know, that's so cool that, you got into this because of your husband, and you really have taken it to another level, and I'm proud of you.
Oh,
And you
thank
deserve all the honors for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm enjoying it too,
Yeah.
So that matters.
Yeah.
That it's fun, it's rewarding, and I feel good about it.
And you're gonna be in New Orleans forever?
Yeah.
You
Well,
think?
hopefully we'll get something. If we do, we decided early on that we would either go to Houston, because that's where our
Oh, you
son
guys would
lives.
kill it in Houston.
Yeah, the restaurant's named after my husband's oldest son, Zachary, and he lives in Houston with his wife and his daughters. So we always said if we were going to branch out, it would be Houston or Atlanta.
Yes.
Because he has one sister, and she lives in Atlanta. Not that they would have to be involved in the restaurant, but it gives you purpose to have family connection in those two places.
Absolutely.
So
Houston, it would kill.
that's what people from Houston say that all the time.
Oh, for sure. And there's such a connection with the food scene with Houston.
That's
and New
what
Orleans.
they said. They're like, y'all would do well because there's already an avenue.
Yes.
There's already an avenue for it.
And it's way bigger. It's got a huge Black culture there too.
Huge.
And that's where you would want to go, you know, so people feel at home and like, yeah, that's beautiful.
Location matters the most though.
Oh, location's number one.
Location. And we're truly open to maybe being in an airport.
Yeah.
Whether ours or the Atlanta airport. Like those are two.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, an airport.
Yeah.
Well, and like Willie Mays is opened in Venice Beach.
Yeah.
Which all in California.
I visited.
You were there?
Yeah, we went to California 2 years ago, my husband and I and the boys, because at that time they were still closed because of the fire. And so we went to the one in Venice Beach. And then they wound up the next year getting open on Baron.
Yeah.
So, and we've been to the one on Baron.
I know, and they just hit 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just hit 1 year. They just hit 1 year. Time goes by real fast, child.
So fast.
It goes by.
And they're going to be opening up their original location.
Yeah, they're
soon.
getting it together.
They're getting it together after the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many, and you guys are, and I love that the restaurant scene here, like people aren't like competing. You guys are a family.
It's a family thing. Like, I make it a point. My goal is really to eat at every Black-owned restaurant in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like, that's a goal for me. And I've done really well, but I got several that I still got to get to, But I've eaten a lot of places. And so I have my list of places I still want to get to.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of us see it that way. One of my favorite sit-down restaurants is going to be Vion's.
Yeah.
I've been to Vion's for, we celebrated my mother-in-law's 75th birthday there. We've celebrated Chef Rashad's birthday there. I've celebrated Mother's Day there. Like that's a go-to for me.
Yeah.
Is to go eat at Vion's for a special occasion. Because this woman is there. She's running her business. She's involved, and she makes some good lemon drops too.
Ooh, lemon drop.
She does. She makes some
Now
good
I want a
content.
lemon drop.
I know, but if I get a good one, I'm in a good space.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, this was such a great conversation. And thank you so much for coming on Say More.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
There's always a need to say more.
There isn't always a need to say more. It's exactly, you get it, girl. Well, thank you so much. Wishing you all the success. And guys, if you haven't been, you know you got to go to Little Dizzy's.
Facts.